never be finished. We're back on Isla de Raiton, where, as you know, we're preparing for an invasion. We got 40k in the bank, we got 300 citizens. That's probably not enough to repel an invasion force, but we're going to give it a go anyway. So, we have our army, we have our embassy, 82 relations with the allies. What are our ships looking like? We got corn coming in, make sure our people are fed, and the steel mill, the heathens that work at the steel mill, they are not producing a lot actually for the profit wise, which is a bit weird. That's not correct. I assume that is a number that fluctuates quite a bit, because minus 250 is absolutely wank. I don't know what's happening with that. Are people not going to work? Yeah, to fucking work. I can't have minus 250 coming from a steel mill. What are the Teamsters doing? There should be enough Teamsters. We've got enough boys distributing goods around the island. This shouldn't be an issue. There we go. Look at that, 1700. And of course, this coming along nicely with the 1000. Got a nice little powerhouse here for our island. Tempted to make another rum distillery because the sugar input's pretty high. But for now, I'm just going to do my last sort of checks. The machine guns are in the towers. Our army is ready.
The great
Check
communist
mission.
revolution
Again,
started in
not doing that. We've got some wealthy entertainment, and I believe we are researching electricity next. And once we get electricity, the next step will be to just up our game a bit with how we're entertaining the citizens, how we're looking after them, because we will unlock things such as the... it'd be good if I could remember where things are. Hospital. So that would be really good. Oh well, unlocked in Cold War. Damn, I did not know this. So we have to wait till the Cold War to get some of this stuff. Damn, damn, damn. What are we saying? Got dry dock. Research the compass, that's fine. Okay, well, again we are limited by our time. We are limited by the fact that we have to wait for a certain period before we can get some good stuff. So that is a bit of a shame. But it's alright, we'll figure something out. We'll make it nice. I think I'm going to make a little Tory zone over in this area, maybe, like a residential zone for the wealthy boys.
I am so furious.
Oh,
I cannot believe what just happened.
Rebels, huh?
Hola, dear listeners.
Rebels.
I want you to wish my
We are at
boyfriend Raoul and his
73.
comrades luck in their upcoming
We're at
surprise
73
attack against
approval,
our totalitarian
and we have got
regime.
Ras
My
Clark
heart is with you,
Rebels.
Raoul.
How? I don't know how that makes sense. I need to figure out which faction this has come from, because this is not an acceptable thing to be happening, really.
A glorious invention,
And
Presidente.
got the power plant.
Electricity.
Okay, this is a good test for our army. It's going to be a good display of power, because these shack boys want to destroy not only my beloved cocoa plantation, they want to destroy one of my fucking towers. I might let them destroy the tower. I don't actually want it there, but the cocoa plantation cannot go. That is just unacceptable. I'm going to manager skills for military buildings. I don't think that's that important. Dry dock is quite important. I'm going to go for the dry dock so that I can clear the spiders, because they have taken over my island. I can clear the spiders and we can see the rest of our island. We will not need to go exploring. We can just sort of know exactly where our stuff is. and find better things. We can find better locations for our things, because tourism is a thing. So I might, have a nice little touristy bit along here, just to add, because I don't know, that's a nice bit of water, and I don't know, I feel like that'd be a cute touristy zone. So you'd have like the touristy zone, and then you have the Tory zone, which is where all the wealthy boys are going to live. This bit here is quite jam-packed. I'm going to have to do something with that to make it not as ragged. Let me just respond to messages. Okay. So, firstly, before we see our army in action, I want to understand who I've pissed off, to the extent that they bear arms against me. Communists. Yeah, okay. That's communists. Okay. I actually don't want communists here. They are the majority of the voters. So I probably should try and play into their hands, but I don't know if I can be bothered. I don't respect their idealisms, and you can tell that because I'm beloved by the capitalists. The religious are indifferent to me, but I've got a good standing with the militarists, so I'm hoping we get more capitalists coming to the island, and they will hopefully build up the majority so I don't end up getting voted out or something ridiculous. Less rebel attacks as well. Ideally piss off no one, but if there's capitalists and communists living on the island, not much I can do about that. Someone's going to be annoyed with me, because it's one or the other, I think. I didn't read the book, didn't read the Karl Marx book, but I have experienced capitalism, and I can tell you, unless you're on that bottom echelon, fucking sick. But if you're on the bottom echelon, rest in peace. Top earners. Okay, we're going to see the army in action now. So, 2 sets of tanks. How many tanks is that total? About 5. They should make light work for these boys. These fucking commies. Look how they're dressed. More soldiers. Fuck them up. Very close proximity to these shacks. Once these tanks show up, it's Tiananmen Square all over again. They will not stand a chance. Look at them go! Look at these fuckers go!
Amigo,
Oh, what's your role? A rebel. I should fucking kill you. 2k?
how can I help?
I could send 10 grand and fucking kill the lot of you. But that's... in the past, whenever I've killed someone, it's really increased the rebel activity by substantially, actually. It's always made it a lot worse. Citizens look down on it if you kill some of them. Even if it's really justified. Look how sus you guys are. Fucking shackies. These shack boys. It changed into the... Alright, so it definitely changed from a military age male to a female? Just a middle-aged female? Won't worry about that. So what's the next step for our island? Could make a college.
A chap on the streets told me that
+15
salvation
with the religious.
is knocking
I
on
kind of need
our
that now.
door.
So we're going to build a college, and we're going to join the allies. Where am I going to put the college? Probably over here, like a second square type situation going on, like this. I bring this over here, like that, and so there's like a second square going on. I think I'm going to put the college just over here. If I can find it, college, because it's a very nice looking building, and I think it will look if you was a university student, this is a good bit to be at because it's relatively close to the entertainment, but just away enough from everyone that you're not going to be bothered by the struggles of daily life, i.e. all the shack people. And I would like this to be in the middle. That's as central as I'm going to get it, I'm afraid. I could put it on the side again. It is a shame that I've not made this in a way that most of the buildings can be put just central. I might just do it. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it like that, and I'm going to get a park. Because that will look nice. That looks university-esque, like that looks like a woke garden for sure. So I'm going to put the woke garden there. Small gardens. Going to be trees, perhaps. No, one of them. And the road. Do I want the road to continue? Yeah. Yeah. I'll do this. Apologies if you can hear draining. That is my washing machine. Because I am a responsible human. And making sure my shit's getting done, you know. Well, that's real life you're hearing. I'm not a streamer. I'm in my living room. That's the sound of survival, of living. It leaks a little bit as well, which is a shame. So, new college and then join the Allies. The way we join the Allies is like this, the Alliance. So we'll wait for the college. I'll check everyone's happiness, see what's going on. Entertainment's dying a bit. Crime safety is fantastic. Food is gradually dipping, which is a shame. Probably I'm going to need to increase the food variety and amount of it, because I assume this grocery store is packed. It's relatively packed here. So possibly in anticipation of a new area over here, I might make a second, you know, like residential, like commercial area, but just a bit posher, probably along here actually, for now. Let's see. I'm going to lay out the posh zone, the Tory zone. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go through here. I'm tempted to curve it, give this place a bit of like life. Like so. It looks kind of shit actually. We're going to make that a bit nicer by doing this. I think if I do that, bam, and get rid of that, and just do a little bit of this, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it makes it not so gritty. I think that's nice to just do a bit of that. Make it doesn't need to all be grids. And with that, the Tory zone probably going to be around here. So I might just start that process going, like a little close, possibly starting here. If the spider webs, it's the spider webs. That's the thing. Alright, it's prepared. It's not ready yet, but one day there's going to be a Tory zone right there. So let's let this run along a bit. 69% is okay. Around 70% is roughly where I want to be. My revenue's okay. I'm starting to get the sense that it's dipping slightly, or at least plateauing. So exports. Let me just check my industries, make sure everything's functioning well. Okay, there's a lot of rum it's outputting. You, mate. You concern me. Your inconsistency concerns me. It goes to 1740, but then you dip down for some reason. I'm going to watch you. I'm going to be watching. Let's see if we can diversify our income a little bit in any way. We're gonna at some point I'm gonna get oil. I'm gonna find oil on this island. It will be somewhere, and I'm gonna use that to absolutely pump up our economy, fund some things, and that is when we'll really
My
come into our
research
own.
indicates that
Mate.
the US will soon be...
Yes, pal. I've got a rum distillery. Mission accomplished. I'll take 10k right now. Okay. The college is built, which means it's time. August 1921 is when we are going to ally with them.
The Allies are moving towards a big
And here it
push
is.
in their ongoing military effort. They assure me we will achieve peace in our lifetime.
And here comes the invasion. The Nazis have arrived. We are under attack. It's time. So sit back, relax, and let's watch our army go to work. Okay, the towers should... We're going to probably lose a tower or two. And let's see if our plan comes to fruition. We got 6 tanks heading over to their meager 3 tanks. There, you can see their military there. Don't look like they're a little bit. Here comes the first wave. Commandos. Come on, boys. Fuck them up. You're doing it. No! We'll make a monument to this great sacrifice these towers have made. And unfortunately, our commando unit has been routed, but they've sacrificed themselves for a very, very worthy cause. Because here comes the tanks driving straight into the shack town. Slightly concerned by this one rogue tank that's just being allowed to maneuver. I can't, just for clarification, I cannot move or direct any of the military units. They go by themselves. They do as they please. I have to trust that the soldiers know what they're doing. So I can't. And what you're seeing right now, this unit, instead of going to attack the invasion force directly, they're going over to the lumber mill because it's a target. Which means, actually, my troops are in a slight pickle. Fuck! Shithouse. Absolute shithouses. They've taken out one of my tank units. They have one tank remaining. They have 2. They've got, oh shit, they've got the entire squadron of tanks remaining. This is not going to plan, actually. This is a big concern right now. Right, let's see. Get out of the streets, citizens. Right, come on, take them on. Don't pussy out of this. Shoot them. They're fighting in the streets. My poor boys. Oh, they've caught him in an ambush. That's an enemy tank. Enemy tank. Can you fuckers from Panzer Tank Division 2 please fucking do something? Okay, one of the commando units has taken out the enemy tank, which means there is just one enemy force remaining on this island, and it's this boy here. And he's gone. I lied, there's one more. Go on commandos. Bam!
Good show, old
And it's
chap.
gone!
Those Axis fellows give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm afraid this also means I will have to consort with those even snobbier
Okay.
than I.
We'll
Yet
take him.
such is the fate
I'm going
of
to take
any
10%
good
increase
diplomat.
of export prices for 2 years. So we did it, boys. We successfully repelled the Nazi invasion. Our nation lives on to fight another day. We've got an increase in our export prices, and we have our army will replenish. That is the 1st and 2nd Panzer Division will be fully functioning again. The 2nd Panzer Division, absolutely fine, because they decided not to take part in the war for, you know, the first 5 minutes when all of this was getting destroyed. Same with the two of the commando units, actually. Yeah, the 2 commando units from the barracks, they were absolutely fine because the palace troops, the most loyal troops, just sprung right into action. Okay, so I think we're going to rebuild these. Reason being, maybe not all of them. I don't know if we need to rebuild them at the moment in time. I'm going to leave them for a little bit, just a little bit. Is there? Can I demolish them actually? Let me see. Don't want to fucking demolish my teamsters. Okay, there's 1, 2, and 3. So just so you don't get all OCD about that, I might put a monument just to show that we survived the war. We're gonna have a war monument, and that war monument will. So the palace troops sacrificed their lives for the greater good. So did the 1st Panzer Division. So, as an acknowledgement of their service, the 1st Panzer Division receive these memorial plaques for the soldiers and tanks that they lost. And for the palace troops, we're going to have a similar situation going on. For the palace troops, who immediately offered up their lives for Isla de Raiton, they have this memorial here, and the same for the 1st Panzer Division, 2nd Panzer Division. Shit all, barely deserve a medal. Would you look at, we've hit 100k on our treasury.
The prohibition has started, so
Oh,
now
shit.
is the time to flood the markets with illegal alcohol.
But you know what? I don't know if that's worth it. I'm going to leave it for now. I'm not too sure if that's worth it, to be honest, because I don't really want to mess with my relationship with the Allies. So I'm probably just going to leave that for a little bit. But we've won the fight with the Axis, which means it's time to rebuild and make things nice. Let's see what we can do. Let's see how we can advance ourselves. So, research is the amount of time it takes is dictated by the amount of research points you are generating. Right now, the library generates research points, and in reference to that, we're going to say ask the library to generate 25% more research points to decrease the time it takes. So I can't remember how long it took just then. I think that just decreased it by a month in terms of the amount of time needed. And for 2 grand, this will start to produce research points. Let's see if that's had an immediate effect as well. 2 months. So just halved the research time. That is very useful, especially when we start getting into this sort of period where we've got oil, we've got this, the vehicle factory. The vehicle factory produces shit tons of profit. It requires bauxite, which is one of the resources that we can mine, and it requires steel. Now we've got a steel mill, and we have, of course, another coal and iron mine. The iron that we're exporting now is just the raw iron, but once we start combining that with probably the second mine, so we'll have iron, coal, making steel, we'll have a bauxite mine, combine them in the vehicle factory, and we will make tons of money, absolute shit tons. This is the game winning condition. This is a space program. If I build one of those, the game ends. So that is how I will eventually end the game. But I probably won't do that until... You know what, that's a good question I should ask myself. When do I dictate when to build that space program? What could possibly be the thing that indicates that it's the end? Reaching 2021? Reaching current times? See if I can get all of this ship built by 2021. July 2021. Let's see if I can get all of this done by July 2021. I mean, it's a bit of an assumption. It's assuming I even live, because I'm at 66%. The majority of the people on one of the factions with the highest majority don't like me. I mean, that's nice that they like me, but they're not really... They don't really have much of a sway. And my washing machine's taking the piss. Washing machines don't normally sound like that. Is it just pissing onto my floor? Sounds terrible. Aside from that, we're gonna make... We should be having the dry dock really soon, actually. Yeah, 1 month remaining. So we're gonna wait for the dry dock. So we're just gonna observe the island a little bit. Have a look around.
Presidente, after thorough research, we have...
Okay. So I didn't even have to build it. But we've now got... I didn't even have to build it, but now all the spider webs are gone. The spider webs have been taken off the island, and now we are free to see which resources we have. We've got gold. We've got bauxite. We have an additional coal, so 2 coal mines and 2 iron mines, which is perfect because, and I'll say this because someone's watching, eventually we're going to get one of these. We're going to get a vehicle factory, which in terms of profit produces a shit ton. You can export it for like 20k. So the price is now, so steel for 4.9. You can get one of these for like 20k from China when they eventually exist. They don't exist now. And for whoever's joined, the Germans did invade, but we did succeed. As you can see, rest in peace. We lost 3 of our guard towers. We took some casualties. The palace forces, unfortunately, were killed immediately because of their loyal actions. They promptly, without even waiting for the tank force, they sprinted to the beach line and immediately tried to tank on a set of 3 tanks, and that did not end well for them. So I can appreciate their bravery. It's maybe not tactically the best thing they could have done, but here we are. We have a little war memorial here for them. And for the 1st Panzer Division, we've also set a war memorial because the 2nd Panzer Division and the barracked forces all fucked off to the lumber mill. Because in this game you cannot control the movement of your troops. They go immediately to whichever place is targeted. So the towers were targeted, which meant the palace forces and Panzer Division 1 went to go over there. Panzer Division 2 and the barracked forces, my army, went over to here. And it wasn't until Panzer Division 1 unfortunately perished that the rest of the army decided to join in. And the battle ended around here. We didn't lose any buildings other than the towers. And we got a 20% increase in our export price from the Allies. So, all worth it in the end.
President, as you know, it
Issue
is
the
your
military
will
edicts.
alone that keeps Tropico together.
Military drills. Now, what is military drills? Okay, we'll do that. The military performs better for 5 years. 3k increased popularity with the militarists. It's all good. We'll get that going. We also had a rebel attack. A bunch of shack boys from over here. Looking at this fucker. See his role? Fucking rebel. Where's he work? The ranch. Where's he live? Fucking shack. Of course he does. They, I potentially think, belong to the high proportion of communists that don't really like me. So I have to sweat. I'm gonna hopefully get rid of some communists and get some more capitalists on the island, and just keep these two just on my side. Really, I don't know why the militarists are so hard against me. I can sacrifice many lives in defending this island.
The prohibition has started,
Veronica
so
wants me
now
to
is the
export
time
rum
to flood the
to
markets
piss off
with
the allies.
illegal.
Not doing that,
Presidente,
Veronica.
as you know, it is your will.
Not fucking snake. So the next thing to research is constitution options. That'll be good because I'll be able to control my popularity with the factions a bit more. I'll be able to enact things that are going to please them and probably piss off a few of them actually. But you know, that's the way it goes. That's the natural progression of the island. We get more advanced, our constitution becomes more advanced. So that is how it goes. I'm going to make a Tory zone here. This is where we're going to have nice housing. We're going to have a nice little commercial zone probably along here as well. They're going to be in close proximity to the college that we have. We've got a nice little college with a woke garden. Because look how nice that looks. I don't know if that looks nice. It's a bit weird. But we've got the college. That, along with the libraries generating research points, which is how long it takes to unlock all this shit. And that is it really. So now it's just about improving. It's just about growing. As you can see, we've hit over the 100k mark with our money. So we're very healthy. We're doing fantastically. The next step is the dry dock, because it increases the speed of all trade ships, which absolutely is needed. But where? Oh God, I hope it fits somewhere. That makes sense, I suppose. Not really. Yeah, the road's not going to continue on. It's a bit close to that dock, but it's probably fine. So while that is building, what else can we get up to? What else can we do to these boys? We're still in World War II. Until we get out of World War II, we can't unlock cool things like the vehicle factory. The chocolate factory is actually shit. We don't need that. But when it comes to entertainment, mate, you can't. Parks aren't unlocked until Cold War. What's that about? Circus? No circus until Cold War. And yeah, obviously no cinema until modern times, but taking the piss. Got barely anything to entertain these boys with. Gonna have to make some more restaurants and stuff, which is not really what they're looking for. There's quite a limited amount of buildings that you can actually make on this island. See, they don't give a shit anymore. They just are rebels. They're just actively rebels. And you see, there is an option to kill for 2k. But I promise you that pisses them off immensely more. Because never in the history of this island have I been that involved with the citizens that I just end up, I kill, banish, discredit, or anything. I sort of let them live their own lives. But if they're just gonna go around with fucking rebel logo on top, like, I don't know if I can stand for that really. They're just kind of taking the piss, like right next to me. I can't trust this guy. Look how close he is to Maria del Carmen Casombre. This man has like, he's got 89 approval and he's a rebel. What the fuck does that mean? How can you have how can you be 89% in approval of me and be against me? This guy is some fucking Tory child. His dad fucking works at the steel mill and he's just pissed off at me for no reason. Speaking of Tories, we're going to make the Tory zone. We're going to make a nice set of like avenues, closes even. So going off like this. Let me just get the houses in first, makes sense. The suggested building is a tenement, and I know what you're thinking, Charlie. You've not even made basic housing for the shack boys, and now you're going to make a mansion or two for the steel workers and the rum distillery workers. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. 'Cause it's my island, and I think it'll look nice. So we've got the first mansion here. We're going to put it over here. 1, 2. It's going to have a nice little Tory zone. Going to have it over, little one over here. Ah, yeah, the roads are fucked in this game, so it's obviously going to be weird like that. But I'm going to roll with it. And in the Tory zone, in addition to the mansions, they're going to have, you know, just the things that they need. Going to have a little tavern just on the corner, and a restaurant. The restaurant probably go about here. Ah, there you go. This way.
Great giant tropical spider.
Fucking hell.
We have a crisis and we have to
What?
act.
Not
fast.
again? Okay, we're gonna have to rebuild the towers because they're not messing around. Should I be concerned that they're gonna invade me? Slightly. I don't know how many troops will turn up. That's the thing. They could genuinely overpower my forces. But I'm kind of role-playing as an ally, and it is World War II. So I'd be pussying out if I even tried to appease the Axis forces. So we're gonna double down. We're gonna say fuck you to the Axis forces. We're full alliance, and your warship might be out there somewhere, and you might be getting ready to invade, but you can suck out because we're not gonna take it. I'm going to potentially build Panzer Division 3. Maybe some more barracks. Because there's a few soldiers, but with the threat of invasion, I should possibly build more. Yeah, you know what? It's wartime. They may not be like this forever, but it's wartime. So it's time to man up, get some more tank forces going. Where shall they go? Probably along here. Ah, you see the volcano. I've not forgotten about the volcano, because if that goes off, that's going to fuck everything up. That's correct. Okay. We'll figure this out. I'm going to put it in the industrial zone. It's a temporary military base, which is what every American base is in another land when they stay there for like 20, 30 years. But I swear to you, this is for real. It's a temporary military base. It's not actually going to be here forever. It's just during World War II and maybe the Cold War. So, with the addition of 2 in Panzer Division 3 and 4, that should sort us out. The commandos, maybe another additional commando. It's quite a large army now. Like compared to, we've got 330 people living on this island. We got 12 tanks. That's a lot of tanks. That's nearly an unreasonable amount of tanks, really. But it's wartime, so that's going down. That's our additional force, just over here. Got Panzer Division 1 and 2 on the western side of the island, 3 and 4 on the east, and they're going to protect our island. The Germans are not having it. We're not taking it.
I received word from my dear
There you go. We have
comrade
20
at
soldiers.
arms, the
Ally
leader
relation
of La
5k. They
Resistance.
appreciate our effort. We've got 36.
The
Immediately passed their
resistance
test.
and the French nation are in our debt.
What we saying? 5 grand? No, don't need it, mate. Plus 10 ally relation? Don't really need it. Free tech. Take the free tech. And with that, we are going to... I'm going to do that. I want my free tech, bro. I don't know what my free tech is. I think I've been shafted there. Anyway, I can research socialism in 3 months, which is pretty fast. So, sort that out, get us some constitution options, and then maybe probably the bank. Actually, I think the bank generates interest on your treasury, which is quite nice. The bribes one, I think that generates income from my own personal bank account. It just doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's not massively important. I'm gonna queue it up. I want oil. Oil is going to be the thing that really sends this island into the modern age. Once we get that oil flowing, the money rolls in. We'll probably get to Cold War times, and then the entertainment, all of it, housing, it's all going up. You're going to be proud of it. There's going to be no homeless. They're all going to want to live in proper houses. Sorry, I call it a shack. Not a proper house, but mate, it's a fucking state of it. Got a barrel outside. They've got barrels. They just live in shacks and put their garbage in the barrel outside. It's honestly horrendous. But for now, our army's being built, the Tory zone's being built, and it's just a matter of sort of sitting back. Our steel export has gone up, which is stupendous. Halfway through that, and yeah, we're just bringing in corn. Okay, constitution. Originally, wealthy citizens vote, secular state, conscription. If I change that conscription, that could fuck up my army, so I'm going to leave that for now. And political rights. We have democracy, totalitarian state, or police state. This definitely going to piss off the communists, but will attract capitalists. And with democracy, there's elections, so it's fair. So we've got democracy, labour policy, workers' paradise, early retirement, high job happiness. Why am I doing that? Keep my citizens happy. That's what I would want. The kids don't have to work. See this? Labour for all. Child labour, late retirement. Shithouse. Don't want that. Happy childhood, late retirement, but normal, just normal. Workers' paradise, bro. Early retirement, high job happiness. That is what I want for my people. The citizens of Isla de Raiton deserve the best. Not when it comes to housing though, but when it comes to their own rights, they deserve the best. Except for this. Don't worry about that. Probably should change wealthy citizens vote, you know, because this gets me cancelled. This makes me classist. This is arguably a mistake. See, more voters based on crazy liberal ideas. I just don't. I'm gonna say. In my thinking, the wealthy citizens are probably going to approve of me because, you know, they live on my island. They make shit tons of money. The male citizens, we're not getting ourselves cancelled. See, based on chauvinist gender discrimination. Just because you're male doesn't mean your vote's worthier. And all citizens, I've pissed off a majority faction, so they have more people on the island than the other factions. So it's got to be wealthy. It's just got to be. Secular state, keep that because, you know, do as you please really. And citizenship, immigrants nation, open borders, easy to immigrate and emigrate. You could do a visa, I think, like Australia do. I don't think I can be that picky at the moment. Got a low population. I need workers. Guarded heaven, low key racist. Regulated borders, hard to immigrate and emigrate. I don't really need that. I want immigrants nation. And there we have our updated policy, our updated constitution.
Presidente, don't research that. Don't you know that if you do, you will then research socialism, which everyone knows is bad. We should stick to our current model of capitalist cronyism. I, my friends, and all my relatives think that is the best model for government.
So we've unlocked some edicts, which will, again, possibly improve. See, my happiness dropped down to 61%. I was pissed off a lot of people with the constitution change. But fuck them. They don't know my life. We've got military drills. We've got extra rations on, so people are eating food, they're having a good time. We're importing food. Probably need to start importing more. Oh, and development. When I do eventually build houses, I'll whip this on, and then you know, cheaper housing, and it will all be good. Literacy program. That's probably a very good thing to invest in. Increase the efficiency of high schools and colleges. They graduate faster. Great, that's what we want. And social security guarantees at least poor wealth level for all unemployed kids, students, and retirees. Now you tell me that that is not a good policy. Whip that on. And we have the option to influence the factions, where we smear. We do smear campaigns against them. Now, I kind of need to do that against the communists. I need to genuinely, non-ironically, spread capitalist propaganda, because I need the communists to fuck off. So that's probably going to happen. I'm probably going to do that at some point. And amnesty. Huh. So, I could potentially speak to the rebels. Let's see what this says. So, I can grant amnesty to the rebels, but if my happiness is higher, then it's got a higher chance of working. So I might just improve my happiness, do some smear campaigns, and then do amnesty to maybe sort out the rebels, while also building my army, because the initial German invasion didn't work, and they're back and they're ready to do it all over again. Get our towers ready with machine guns, very important machine guns, otherwise they fire essentially single shot rifles, which will do no one any good. Let's have a look at our factions again. So the reason I say we've got to do smear campaign is, what the fuck? It's... oh yeah. Of course, the communists like socialism, and I just enacted like 2 or 3 socialist policies. I may have just swung the citizens around. I have pissed off. I've pissed off the religious boys, because I made things nice. Typical, mate. Fucking typical. Smear campaign against the religious boys. Militarist is not really enough for them for it to matter, but the religious boys, maybe they can fuck off, because there's 70 of them and they don't really like me. But I can just build a cathedral. I'll swing them round. Let's have a look at our revenue, our balance. Pretty solid. Not many problems. Entertainment is looking a bit wank. And healthcare. Healthcare, housing. Okay. The things we're going to tackle next, while everything builds, is entertainment, healthcare, and probably religion. No. Entertainment, food, and healthcare. Entertainment, food, and healthcare are our next big priorities. Probably food first. Gonna increase the effectiveness of the corn plantation, because I'm slightly concerned that our citizens are not getting enough food. I think it is just a food variety that they're not happy about. So I might potentially build a plantation of some other type of food, i.e. bananas. And because I can't see the overlay, I've just got to guess. Yeah, I'm gonna see how this goes. If it doesn't work, we just mug it off and we try something else. Got bananas going. The citizens are gonna love bananas. Bananas are great fruit. It's my uncontroversial opinion. Okay, Panzer Squadron 3. I think I changed what they are every time. I keep the numbers the same, but however I refer to them is different. And Panzer Squadrons 1 and 2 here. Panzer 3 is ready. And we've got the barracks going. So it's coming along. It's coming along.
My dear friend, the leader of the
Build ranches
resistance
of all
is in
types.
dire need of our help again.
I don't think so, bro. I'm just not doing that. I think yeah, I've got 99 relationship with them. I don't think it's important. It's not an issue. Okay. Let's see the factions. What's causing me issues is the religious people. Alright, so food, healthcare. Next. What's this clinic? How's this clinic doing? It's shat. It's completely shat. It's working at 99% capacity. So I'm gonna make another one, and I'm gonna put it near the Tory zone actually, because I think that would increase the housing value. Citizens only have to go completely across town actually to get to the clinic. But if I put it here, that makes sense because it's near the soldiers. The soldiers would need access to the health clinic based on the amount of STDs they're going to be having when they go fuck all the citizens when they go on weekend leave. So the clinic goes there. That's purely for STDs though, which should take down the capacity for this by like 50%. So looking good. Looking good. When it comes to food as well, the grocery store. 141.
Elections are coming, Presidente. As our constitution...
Yeah, that's fine, mate. You're going to be democratically elected, for sure. Okay, we're going to increase the food quality. The amount of tanks we have should be sufficient to repel any evasion. So I feel pretty secure in that sense. Build another plantation. This one to be pineapples. So do that. This will also act as a road to that second mine when it eventually gets up and running. Increases job quality by 20 and the workers' wealth is increased. Sure, man, I'm all about that happiness, except that my approval rating has dropped to 54%, the lowest it's been in a while. That is fucking concerning, I'll tell you. And I think the approval rating is swayed by the amount of people in the faction. So because I got 37 with the religious boys and there's 70 of them, kind of fucks me up, so I might have to be nice to them and build a church. Just another one. Just another church. No biggie. I'll put it in the Tory zone, because Tories love religion. Put it, and obviously the soldiers are going to want to visit church as well, because they have to believe what they're fighting for is blessed by the Lord, otherwise that's existential crisis, isn't it? I'll put it there. There. Yeah, the little Tory zone's coming along very nicely. Little restaurant, little tavern.
Long ago, we weaponized...
And we've got the bank! And I could do that for the sake of just immersion, but I'm not. I'm going to do that, that and that, and see what happens. 55% need to get the religious boys on side. Hopefully these two plantations are going to increase the approval rating when it comes to food. Might need more teamsters just to get some more resources around the island. Otherwise they're doing a fantastic job. They don't look too spread out. They don't look too spread out. Let's see what our food rating's looking like. 63. It's gone up by a bit, and the pineapples haven't even been built yet. We're responding. We're meeting the people's needs. And in addition to that, we have the bank. Yeah, it generates interest rate on the treasury, which is really helpful. And it's going to go there. The boys from the Tory land can go work at the bank. Go work at the bank, embassy, the palace, go chill at the opera. After they go to the opera, go chill for a beer. This is a great little zone. But when you come down here, this is not good at all. The people are just trying to go to the library and they've got to deal with all these people outside. They just live in the library grounds. Okay, we're expanding, we're looking good. Just need to increase our approval. The year is 1925. So we're getting through it. We're getting through it. We've got the power plant. Our place doesn't technically have electricity yet, which is kind of fucked, just slightly. But they're doing okay. Not enough for me to need to build one. Got a cattle ranch. Are there any other ranches? Pigs. Get a bit of pork going. I might do that. Just get a bit of pork going. Just increase the food variety. It potentially will do nothing, but we will see. A very weird place to put a couple of ranches, but it's just where the space is.
We have an opportunity to influence the outcome of coming.
We're going to do this election with no fraud. Who knows about the next one? If the approval rating drops below 50 or near to 50, yeah, 100%.
The election results are in. Let me be the first to congratulate you, Presidente.
Okay, I think that is it our second? Or it might be our first actual election. And we won with a 63% approval rating. And that, I think, will be the end of that for today. So, not loads of events going on. Mainly the expansion of the eastern side of the island when it comes to our military and food production. We have a new residential zone in the northwestern part where our wealthiest citizens will live, and we've got this central area starting to form to look a bit more like the centre of a town should look, with like some nice official buildings, the bank, the embassy and the palace, a bit of cabaret, and a very nice central park bit. But yeah, that is it for now. It's pretty chill. Pretty chill. Our alliance with the Allies is going well. We'll see what happens in the next one, but for now, that's it. I'm fucking done. My citizens live another day happily.